So I started working with concussions in 2015 after I got better from my head injury from 2014. And then as we've been building the practice, we've been getting a little bit more press. And so the Deseret News did an article, Benson wrote it, and he called me the Queen of Concussions. But I got involved because I was really disappointed in the care that I received after my concussion. So in 2014, I was snowboarding and I was in the woods. I came around a blind turn and my husband was standing there. So when I ditched out to avoid him is when I hit my head on the left-hand side with my neck fully turned to the right. And that was my 9th true concussion. I'm sure I've had more little hits to the head here and there, but that was my 9th concussion. And as an athletic trainer, I normally don't get any treatment for my concussions aside from what I know to do because there's nothing, it doesn't show up on imaging. A CT scan won't show you anything unless you have a brain bleed. So the ER doctor comes in and she says, we're going to do an x-ray or a CT scan of your neck. And I said, no, I don't want that. So I had to sign all these forms against medical advice. And then I said, oh no, I do want that. And I made him go out in the hallway and call her back in because I'm just, sort of losing my mind. And so they come back in, and while I'm in there just playing with my neck, I feel this really loud pop. And then the pain just went away. So the imaging came back fine, and then that just sort of got the ball rolling on a lot of issues that I had. It took me about 1.5 years to find any good providers. Starting in August, I finally got over my, I guess I call it denial. I was having a really hard time. I was having a lot of issues with aphasia, which is a speech disorder. And I talked to a coworker of mine that I really like, and she actually works with the ski team. And so she yelled at me a little bit and said just to start looking for some better care. And that sent me on a 6-month journey of 2 to 3 doctor's appointments a week, just looking for some answers. I got hooked up with a PT who did a great job with my headaches. I had 8 out of 10 headaches every single day for about 8 months. She did a great job treating my headaches. Unfortunately, her management of concussions was not the best. So you can imagine where, as like a professional, the denial would come in and you want to put your head in the sand, you don't want to know what's going on. And the problem for me is that anybody is a concussion specialist. So if I just want to call myself that, there's no consumer protection. There's no protection for a patient. So they removed me from all sorts of activity. So for 6 months straight and then 9 months, I wasn't allowed to work out at all. I was not allowed any form of exercise. So my symptoms were getting worse and worse and worse. And so what we know now is that that's the exact opposite of what you want to do. So you only want to be inactive for about 48 to 72 hours after a concussion, and then you want to slowly start to increase your activity within threshold. And so I went from exercising 4 or 5 times a week to not doing anything, just becoming like a mushy pile of mush. So this is where this post-concussion syndrome comes in, because then is it a psychological condition? Is it really your brain isn't healing? What's going on with you? And I think it's a lot of everything. I mean, if you don't let anyone exercise or do anything fun for 9 months, of course they're going to have some issues inside their head,